Welcome back, everybody, to the G1 Phase 3, the G1 Champions League. I'm here, joined with Luminous, and we are seeing Zenith for the first time. They are down a game here in the G1 League. They've lost Game 1 to IG. This is a really important best of 3 because the winner of this automatically qualifies for the LAN Finals, and IG and Zenith both currently sitting undefeated in Group B. Winner of this match, they're through. They qualify the LAN Finals. Second place, they're not out. They have to battle their way through an online playoffs to get through to that LAN Finals. 4 teams in total will qualify from Asia. 2 teams from Europe and America. The details, the bracket for the European and American qualifier is now out. If you want to check that out, check out all your usual Dota 2 news sites. But for now, we're going to see if Zenith can bounce back. They are playing with a stand-in. Unfortunately, XY is away. They're playing with Miracle, the carry player from First Departure. And I think Zenith put up a pretty solid showing to Game 1. Despite being somewhat torn apart by IG, they definitely showed potential to sort of cause an upset here, Lumi.
Yeah, they show some excellent micro. All those times they kill Healing Ward, all those times they stopped and slowed down the push from Invictus Gaming. And doing it against a team that has experience of Invictus Gaming and a, what 12,000, 10,000 goal lead, that's impressive in itself. Let's see if they can get off a little bit quicker of a start here and basically says, all right, we're not going to allow IG to slowly grind their advantage, because that's what IG did. IG generally, when they win, they don't kind of surprise you, come out of the gate with the level 2 big tri-lane gank and basically explode out of control. They slowly get a kill here and there, slowly take a tower and then take another tower. Let's see if Zenith says, all right, we'll take the first tower, we'll get the first blood and go the other direction. Let's see if they can do that.
Well, Zenith right now are doing something bizarre. They're using up all their time. This is kind of reminiscent of back in, was it the Gigabyte Dota Masters or like Beyond the Summit World Tour, where they random they random all their bans. They picked normal heroes, but their bans were all random. Or they did no bans. And are they doing something similar? I think, honestly, I remember talking about this with a few people afterwards. I think not banning any heroes is a legitimate strategy. You can leave the pool wide open. I think that's a legit strategy.
Unless he has not found Nick's assassin. Yeah, he's randoming bans.
No, it's not random ban, it's no ban.
Yeah, no bans. Yeah, okay.
Because I remember IceFrog actually asked after that series, he's like, do you think there should be a ban which you can click to say no ban? Like, if you don't want to ban anything. Because not banning a hero, if you don't want to ban something, you leave the pool open, not just for the other team, but also for yourself. And
I think there should be, just to answer your question, I think there should be an option to click no ban because
they've used up their extra time.
Right, exactly. This is a legitimate strategy on Zenith's eyes, and they had to use the reserve time. I guess you could say that's the cost of their strategy, but it shouldn't be a cost. They're going to pick up a Lifestealer, or they're going to follow up with the Lone Druid, but they're going to give up both Batrider and Magnus. So, I mean, this is the byproduct of a no-ban strategy. You're allowing some of the most broken heroes in the scene to be picked up like this.
Hey, no hero's broken. Okay, Lumi. Come on now.
Wait, are you?
Except Treant Protector, of course.
Except Treant. Okay, I see. All right. I was waiting for that one, but all right. Okay, we got a Treant Flame standard on BTS stream. It's gonna be a Shadow Demon and Juggernaut follow. I mean, I feel a little bit underwhelmed. We saw a no ban opening. You see Lifestealer, which is an alright first pick. It feels like Invictus Gaming got the better end of the deal out of this. I
think the Jug pick, which we've seen sort of become slightly popular, is normally intended as a sort of a counter. It's either replacing the Lifesteal, but they have the Lifesteal. It already fits into that sort of off-lane carry role if they want one. There's no Keeper of the Light pickup, where Juggernaut Healing Ward does come into play. Maybe we see one now come out from IG in this third position, but they'll probably see the Jug and think, well, Keeper of the Light Illuminate no longer as strong. They've got Healing Ward, so they probably shy away from Keeper of the Light. Although with Shadow Demon picked up, there are fewer supports here. I think we just see someone like a support Rubik or a support Leshrac here, though, for IG. I don't think they have to do anything special. They're probably looking at this no bans from Zenith and thinking, well, it's something different, but let's not let it phase us.
Yep. Although also, if they do pick up one of the support Rubik or Leshrac or Lina or something like that, do you look towards a Silencer being banned out? Because Silencer is inherently very, very good against initiators like Batrider and Magnus. They blink in, you drop a Silence, and suddenly it's like a one-way reverse initiation against the blinking hero. So I'm not sure if Invictus Gaming care about Silencer. They obviously know that hero is in existence as they picked it last game. But we'll see how the things go.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what Zenith do if they're actually going to ban heroes in the second stage. Definitely, I think there's no strategy behind not banning heroes in the second stage. Second stage, you know what gaps your lineup has, you know what gaps your opponent lines have. You should be banning heroes in the second ban stage. IG grabbed Lone Druid, so they've essentially already picked up their 3 core heroes, although IG are a team who will quite often run that Batrider in the jungle.
Or, well, long lane, but generally the long lane, you can't actually get too much farm. So, yeah, it starts out in the jungle, and the farm is actually not that bad in the jungle. You get a quick, I want to say, 13, 12-minute jungle Blink Dagger, which is pretty impressive with Triangle Boots on top. So, that's not too bad. Also, Lone Druid as a pickup, for me, the big thing is that it's a way to actually reliably kill that healing ward. The movement speed of the Spear Bear is very, very high, and Juggernaut healing ward can't keep up, so... Pretty good stuff.
Ice is proving himself to be the ultimate troll. It looks like we're going to see no more bans coming out as well, and even in the second ban stage. So, this is very unorthodox for those of you guys tuning in, thinking what the hell is going on. Zenith have decided they don't need bans. IG, I don't think they're going to do the same thing. They're going to ban Leshrac. They're going to be banning very, very standard here.
They know what they don't want to play against, and Ice says we're down one game. That's all right. This game we could said that we're not going to be directly qualifying to the G1 League Land Final. That's all right. We just don't ban any heroes.
Well, okay, let's break this down. What this actually means. If Zenith loses, they finish second place in their group, which means they'll verse second place from the other group, which is LGD China. So they'll verse LGD China, and winner of that match qualifies for the LAN finals. Loser of the match, still not out. They still have a chance. They verse the winner of the match between the two third-place teams, which is LGD International and DK. So LGD will play DK. Winner of that will verse the loser of second place from this group, which looks like it may be Zenith. This game's still up for grabs, and LGD China. So it's a tough road, however you look at it. We're going to have 4 teams qualifying for the LAN finals, and right now, Zenith are banking a lot on, well, probably not this series, because it really looks like in some ways they're probably thinking this series they can just... They're picking seriously, but this no bans is something which, to me, I think in the second ban stage especially, it's hard to justify.
I don't think this is a concession. I think we talked about this before. Against a team that perhaps you think might be a little bit stronger than you. I mean, Ice in his interview said the games are 50-50. I'm not sure whether he believes that 100%. I believe him 100%.
I think 50-50 with XY. I think the fact they're playing with a stand-in has definitely made their team weaker and also somewhat not so much mess with their confidence, but it's more just sort of an acknowledgement of that. Without XY, maybe it's not 50-50 anymore.
Well, no. I mean, in game number 1, the way we chalked the game being played wasn't Miracle's fault. I felt he played fine. He played really well, in fact. It's just the way that their hero matchup, the way that ST Lina can't do that much in the mid game. I think it's a byproduct of the heroes. Not to discredit XY in any way. And back to this particular strat, I like you said, I feel like it's a very valid strat. And perhaps against a team that maybe you think it's better than you, or maybe you need to throw a curveball at. Well, this is a curveball. I mean, I think
it's how Na'Vi took down the Chinese teams at TI2.
Yeah.
It was all about just catching them by surprise, and this is something Zenith... I think it was against Orange Esports they did it. I remember they just did no bans or random... I remember game 2, they banned joke heroes because they were... I think they just got... Because it's like you have to wait 2 minutes before you get the no ban. So they're like, okay, let's just ban Sniper and all these other crappy heroes because... To sort of just make it go by faster.
Hey, you gotta leave that Sniper option open for you.
Yeah.
I mean, ironically, they're trying to surprise IG without having any bans, which is like the opposite of surprise.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is very surprising in itself. So also, don't forget that Juggernaut could go on the off lane, which we're kind of seeing what is their off lane. I think, was it Orange or Zenith that did an off lane Juggernaut, and that went like Arcane Boots drums into mech.
Yeah, it was Ice as a solo...
Or was that Rattlesnake?
No, it was Ice playing a Suicide Juggernaut against Chain Stack, I want to say. He got first item boots. He played it like how he play Bounty Hunter. You pull the creep wave from behind the tower and bring it to yourself, and he did just that. And with the early boots, having Blade Fury as well, it was hard to stop him from doing it. And maybe we see that again. If that's the case, we see Shadow Demon, Lifestealer, Bane as your sort of strong, safe tri lane, but there's definitely potential for an offensive tri lane with this Lifestealer pick as well.
I think if you're Zenith and you could exactly know how Invictus Gaming is gonna lane their lineup, I say you put your tri lane against the Lone Druid and basically shut him down hardcore in terms of his farm, and then you put your Juggernaut solo up straight up against whatever the last... Wait, I'm a little bit confused myself. Yeah, you put your Juggernauts against their tri lane, and then you go quap mid. Although
it'll be interesting to see what IG pick up here, because I'm thinking they're leaning towards a Batrider jungle.
Yeah. That's why I confused myself. I was like,
Tinker.
what's going on?
So there's your solo mid, I believe, for Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari generally the Tinker player, probably in the solo mid. We see Mag as an off laner, but he's
This is a support bat.
Yeah. This is how IG normally actually often play. I think they played as much or more support bat in the jungle than they have actually played of it in as a solo.
Okay, so I'm just totally off. When I see bat, I assume long lane, I assume mid, so my apology on that
No,
one.
it's okay. Faith one of like the best jungle bat riders out there. I remember last time I saw this in the last I think it was either G League or the last G1 League. He's so efficient and fast with that jungle bat rider.
Well, let's see if it's going to have the same kind of efficiency coming out in this game. Zenith down one game right now. It's not exactly do or die, but they want to win this. They have to win this. X-Freedom will be playing the Bane Elemental. Ice is going to be handling the Shadow Demon. Miracle playing as a Curio on the Lifestealer. Ice on the Juggernaut. Smoke the Seat early. They're roaming up top, and Yamate going to be playing Queen of Pain, one of his most signature heroes. Let's see how much they could get out of this. Smoke of the Seat. Open Wound already selected here from the Lifestealer.
Yeah, and this is a interesting Smoke of Deceit here. They're going to at least try and get some ward sound, scout out some lanes, but ideally they want to be getting a kill, getting themselves a first blood. And, well, IG, over on the Dire side, we do see YYF going to the offlane. He's going to find himself quite happily in a 1v1 matchup against the Queen of Pain. Ferrari 430 playing the solo mid Tinker. We've got Lone Druid Zhou at the top lane. We've got Chuan on the Rubik. And finally, the jungle Bat Rider being played by Faith. And I think Zenith, they're going offensive trial and they want to punish the greedy jungle Bat Rider.
Oh, to see Faith coming
They've
up.
seen him.
Faith,
He saw them.
well. And they are back up.
And Lone Druid not great against trial lanes either. So Zenith are going to be punishing both the Bat Rider potentially as well as this Lone Druid.
The only thing I did not like how that smoke gank went was not the fact they used the smoke and they didn't get the kill, because you don't expect a kill too much out of it. It's because Miracle skill open wounds.
So solo mid Juggernaut. This is something interesting, kind of cool.
All right, we'll talk about that in a bit. Solo mid Juggernaut's not exactly undone before, but generally you do it against Queen of Pain or a Templar Assassin, where you could use that Blade Fury to dodge Shadow Strike or blow away that Refraction Charge. In terms of solo mid against a Tinker, I mean, he blinds you, you spin away, and you actually get a couple of CS on top. It's not that bad. In fact, Tinker's such a weak laner that you can do it against, but it's something completely different. But going back to my criticism of Miracle, you generally want open wounds if you're going to get the kill or set up a gank, but you really want Feast against Lone Druid Bear. But with that said, though, they're still playing offensive trialing, so
I think the open wounds is fine, because in a trial lane, you're going to be level 1 for longer than normally, and open wounds could set up a kill. They could look for an early kill, so I think open wounds almost 95% of the time, and it's always the right decision level 1, so I don't think there's any issue with leveling up right off the bat.
Back in the jungle, though, we do see Faith de-warding it up as he's trying to step that jungle. That de-ward in itself actually kind of wasted quite a bit of time here, although still able to de-ward it just in time. Yeah, that's pretty big. Pretty big.
That saves him a minute. I mean, he could be off killing the small camp, but he does not ideally want to be doing that. Zenith actually have vision of him killing off this small camp, so they'll be able to maybe look for a gank a bit later on. But Shadow Demon Bane, not the best ganking duo, and if Lifestealer goes missing from the lane, it's very obvious what's going on.
Well, Lifestealer.
Double Tango from X-Freedom. I don't know if he meant to use both. Well, he's sitting on full HP, so he's definitely trying to sort of cut through a pathway here at the top lane and try to set up some kills.
Man, that hero Tubman.
Yeah.
That passage to the freedom. Here we go.
Well, it's freedom's passage to
see some kills, hopefully.
Yeah. We'll see if he can get them. Right now, not able to sort of get his way through. Just I think he's got the full. Yeah, he's got the full pathway there. There is an opening to get through here.
I wonder what's waiting for until that creep wave died. They know. How do they know such things?
They know everything. IG just see things coming.
What in the actual world? He's just hiding himself. There's no war vision.
This ward, what is this actually, this dire ward here, what do we actually see from it as? It looks like, well, it doesn't quite see him in those trees. It almost catches him out.
Well, it definitely scouts out the movement of the support. Maybe with that ward, they were able to kind of realize that he was not there. Maybe Tinker going to be a little bit trouble as Invis X-Freedom in position. X-Freedom, though, was scoped out as he picked up that Invis ward, Invis Ring.
Yeah, and so far IG have done well dealing with this offensive trial, and they're doing more dewarding here. They now have this pull open to them, which is going to be hard to use because the trial lane can come in, but I still feel Shadow Demon Bane just does not have the huge amount of firepower, but they're going to rotate mid, they're going to look for this early first blood, and it looks like Ice is taking a lot of damage on this tower. He's going to get it, but he's going to pay for it with his own life.
Ooh, X-Freedom trying to get a little bit of tower aggro. Doesn't work as well as he wanted to. Went for one trade, still very, very good. Perfect play here, hit into Blade Fury, into immediate hit afterward. No rocket, no laser shenanigan afterwards. Faith trying to grab a little bit of EXP until Tinker comes back. He will now get out of there, but a really, really good gank against Tinker on the mid lane.
This is a nice pick up here. Ice, he does go down, but he'll be quite happy to trade his life for that kill. He's going back mid. He's got boots and Tinker. Early bottom means he hasn't got boots for some time here, although he is well leading the CS, and he's going to have those boots just with another creep kill or two, and I imagine he'll be sending those out as soon as possible.
So what's surprising to me is that Yamate is completely outlaning YYF on the bot lane, who's out of mana at this point, out of reach, and waiting for that bottle crow to come. But Tinker needs this bottle in the mid lane as well, delivering a boots of speed, which is very, very key against that Juggernaut. Speaking of Juggernaut, where the hell did he go?
He's looking for Batrider here, and he's looking to gank Faith.
What in the actual world is going on right now?
Interesting choice. I guess Bane can do quite a bit with XP and farm. They're actually trying to give Bane some solo XP at mid. Ice was going for an unexpected kill. It's kind of like what happened last game with Chuan. That TP in, you're like, you don't expect it. A rotation from your solo mid jug into the enemy jungle, you don't really expect it. And it doesn't get the kill because Firefly over the trees, over the impassable terrain meant Ice couldn't follow him even though he had boots.
Yeah, Juggernaut's going to be spinning away the creeps because he sees a haste rune up top. We'll be just grabbing that one. And Hasted Juggernaut is not something you could ignore. They could actually just set up a huge dive up top. Now that's going to be done all with the sight of the wards. So let's see if they're still going to go for it. Yes, they're going to try.
Yeah, and well, Zhou, I think he's dead. There's nowhere to run from this. Hasted Juggernaut can secure the kill. It's just about how much damage they can do in return. And I think, well, Zenith, they're going to get this kill regardless. There's nowhere to run and hide for Zhou. He's trapped in here. He's trying to tango his way out of this, but
he does have 6 of them. Now down to 2.
I feel like he's just wasting regen. There's a hasted Juggernaut. Juggernaut's on the backlines. He's actually going to kill the creep wave.
He might actually TP out of here. He's trying. He's blocking.
Oh no, he bought the TP at bait. He bought the TP in the wrong place.
He still should have bought another TP. He's...
Are you serious? They get the kill and tier 1 tower possibly going down as well.
But I don't know. That almost
Weird.
I want to say it was worth it for IG because Tinker got at least 2 wave of free farm and Ice has missed a ton of EXP.
It looked like he could have almost survived if he bought a TP from the side shot and TP'd home, but I think he was just happy to go back to base, heal up, and now look for somewhere new to farm. Faith, meanwhile, in that jungle, he's level 3. He hasn't had the best time here because he's been put under pressure. He's had to de-ward. He's been ganked by the Juggernaut, so he's had a bit of a struggle here. But so far, Zenith, solo mid Juggernaut, it's doing all right for him. They get an early tier 1 tower. They get an early first blood on Ferrari. Although Ferrari, I feel like that first blood, he's still so far ahead. He's got 29 creep kills.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing here. And of course, yeah, YYF on the bot lane is not having a good time at all. And we talked about the importance of having an early Blink Dagger. We're not going to have anything of that sort. Tron TPing in, not going to have the same impact as he did last game. So, well, I mean, game is not looking good. And this is what we talked about during the draft stage for Zenith. Can they get the good opening? And what can they do with the good opening? If IG gets a good opening, the game is kind of over because they will hold on to that lead, slowly build onto it.
Well, DD we're in a bottom lane. Ferrari going to grab that. Shadow Demon was looking to scout things out, and we're still seeing 2 heroes sitting bottom. Rubik is sitting behind this mag, almost hoping that Tinker goes... Sorry, almost hoping Queen of Pain goes in for a kill, but there's no Ravage for at least another half a level here, so they're not going to be able to kill this Queen of Pain anytime soon.
And meanwhile, Zoe is actually missing a ton of CS, so we're watching him farm. Maybe not really used to not having a barrier last hitting with him, so he's missing tier 3 CS here and there. Miracle actually pops a Rage for no reason.
Misclick, I imagine.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not that big of a deal. It's just mana is a big issue. Like, he actually can't go for a kill attempt here on Zoe anymore by himself.
Yeah, he hasn't got mana for the wounds as well as the rage, which is a bit of an issue. And as a result, well, more rotation coming in from Freedom. Freedom, no arcane boots, nothing to help out Miracle here at the top lane. He has got himself up to level 4, and where's Ice up to? He's gone back to base to heal. He's going to be going for a fast Drum of Endurance, probably see some phase boots as well. TP's back mid. He's now level 6, so there is an Omni Slash on the playing field for him to look for some kills with.
And Tinker is a prime opportunity. Tinker going for a very awkward, well, not awkward, a 2-2-2 build, somewhat of a common build. Something a lot of players prefer. Getting, Faith, Omni Slash is coming your way, my friend.
Oh my gosh, he went in mid. He went for the Omni Slash mid lane, and he's not going to actually get the kill on Ferrari. Maybe with this spin, Ferrari going to turn around and fight this. There's Blade Fury actually wearing off. It's Freedom. He's looking for a Brain Sap. Can he get it? Ferrari, he's healed himself up enough with the bottle charges. Bane goes down. Can they get Juggernaut? 2 Napalm stacks, 3rd coming in. Faith does have a Flame Break. Nope, level 4 with 2 in Firefly, 2 in Napalm. Even puts a ward there. It looks like he's not going to be able to chase this down, but IG, the nice rotation there, and the Omni Slash, I believe, at least one of the slashes was on creeps. I think maybe even 2.
Yeah, what was impressive about that is Ferrari realizing that
bottom.
this Blade Fairy is going to be done. So he actually just tanked it, at least the tail end of it and be like, yeah, I'll fight you. I have a DD, I have laser, I have rockets. And X Freedom dived into Martian Machine and Firefly and just got paid for it big time. Meanwhile, it looks like Ice got lifted to the Dragons, and suddenly the Dragons are doing a ton of damage.
Wow. That's a nice little lift up. It did do a lot of damage. They couldn't completely finish off the kill there, but a cheeky bit of play there coming out of Chuan.
Ice, peeking into the jungle again. How do you feel that the solo mid Juggernaut has fared out so far? He's going to be going for the very standard phase drums build, but I mean, I don't know. It hasn't been too impressive to be as a laning thing, as a ganker.
I think the one gank on Faith was a bit unnecessary. He should be focusing a bit more on getting some more farm because he needs early phase boots. He needs an early drum, and you can still get some farm against Tinker. You can use your Blade Fury to farm, especially considering he went bottle. He could have just been Blade Furying down creep waves, but we haven't seen it yet. We're going to see him look to rotate top though. He's focusing way more on ganking than he is farming. Immediate TP out. Joe.
Yep.
He had no problems dealing with that gank, and I feel the big issue is here. Ice is going to fall behind because of his lack of farm.
Well, I mean, it's not like his teammates is not getting farm. And again, like you said, Bane Elemental, a support hero that needs quite a bit of EXP. So giving him that EXP is not exactly going to waste. It's just that semi-carry Juggernaut is so item dependent. He has one of the best crits in the entire game. So it's not bad. Meanwhile, bottling here, they're going to open up here with a
No follow-up.
disruption,
Queen
but
of
no
Pain
follow.
still farming, deciding that they couldn't have got that kill anyways. Even with the Sonic Wave up, Queen of Pain just not quite in range. And the big thing is here, IG, despite Mag not having a good time bottom lane, they've got the boots of travel on Tinker. Batrider's going to have, well, he's only level 4, so he's actually still a bit of a way away from a Lasso. But he's going to be continuing to jungle. And once we see Batrider pick up a Blink, well, Blink Dagger's nowhere near, but just having a level 6 maybe, they're going to be doing okay to sort of turn this game around. And Tinker's going to be the key hero to buy them the time they need to get the farm and items on the rest of their heroes.
I just want to say that Lasso sounds like a stew or a soup.
Lasso?
Lasso.
Is that how we say it
like,
here in America?
I'm going to go to my sloop plantation and get my lasso.
Well,
in any case, here,
us Australians. Apparently, people were complaining that I sound too American now, so...
Hey, man.
It's
No
good.
complaints from me. I want to sound more
I got
American.
flamed at Chipotle for calling them tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
The guy who
tomatoes?
yeah.
You got flamed by the worker?
Yeah, he's like, dude, I've never heard someone call them tomatoes. Like, where's your accent from, man? I'm like, whoa, calm down. It's like, you know they're tomatoes. I'm like, no, man. They're like,
tomatoes.
Like, tomato. Like, come on, man. What's the problem? I just want my burrito.
In any case, here, Miracle farming up on the top lane. Here's the one thing that I am not really impressed about Miracle's display. He actually beats Zoe 1v1 straight up because of Feast. He just right-clicked the bear all day long, and Zoe recognizing the matchup as well as Ice is missing. Well, Ice he's definitely ganking.
Interesting TP out. I don't know. I think he just, well, I think more than anything, he just wanted to get that farm. But meanwhile, bottom jungle, IG, looks like they may have found a pick off here. Is a level 6 on X Freedom. He'll use the RP to make sure they get the kill. Skewer. There's not enough damage. X Freedom just too tanky. This Bane support is one of those heroes which is just so hard to bring down. And, well, Mag, he says, Chuan, good luck, sir.
Furbog Warriors! Oh my god!
Wow, we can't call them furballs. They're Hellbear Smashers.
They're Furbog Warriors.
They are Furball Warriors. I agree.
Man, actually, really nice play here on Tron. You still give him the EXP, but denying that go to Quap, that's a pretty big deal.
A bit of a misplay from IG, though, going for the Bane kill. They actually thought they could get that, but Bane, one of the tankier support heroes, and once he survives it, you can't get those extra couple right clicks off because he brain stamps back to sort of half HP, and then he's fine.
Yeah, rare mistake from IG, not recognizing that there was full Magic Wand on, or Magic Stick on Bane, and of course, if you don't get the kill, like you said, brain stab as well as Nightmare self-deny, that's definitely a thing as well, so... Well, they didn't pay too much for it. Yeah. Only losing
Disruption bottom lane. They used an RP though, which was the other costly thing. They had to use the RP to go for that kill. They weren't going to get it without it. I thought maybe with an RP they'd be able to get it. I think that's what IG were thinking too. RP and we can get this solo kill, but it wasn't the case then. Well, Yamate at bottom lane, he's leading the farm charts right now. Zenith actually in a really good position this game. Up by 3k gold, XP as well, about 2k ahead, and with the way Yamate is farming, he's going to have an Orchid very soon. You mentioned you haven't been all that impressed with Miracle, but he's still farming well at top lane. He's 20 CS ahead of the Lone Druid, so he's had a decent start here. And I think all in all, Zenith have got plenty of early to mid-game options open for them.
Yeah. The thing is, if you're watching this Game 1 and Game 2 and Was wondering yourself why the two games are so day and night. You know, IG was so dominant last game. Now they're kind of in the defensive. Ice walking the jungle. He does not have any mana for that Omni Slash, which is off cooldown. Meanwhile, Faith does have the Lisu back online, although not really no Blink Dagger. We talked about his fast jungle, but I mean, it's Ice disrupting his jungle. The ward's disrupting his jungle early. Not gonna do too much. I heard it infest early on, just to actually get some HP.
Yeah,
not something I can agree with. Again, it's a big nuke in the engagement.
Hey man. Don't question Miracle. He's going to have plenty of HP now to go in and look for an engagement. They actually smoke up here. They get scattered up by the bear, though. The smoke breaks because they got too close here, but they're going to change target. They go into Faith here. They should be able to bring him down. Lasu and Miracle going to go through that race, but there is enough burst damage. The return kill going to come on Ice, though. Zhou, the lone druid, gets that one, and they're looking to chase down more X-Freedom on the run. Did Fiend's Grip get stolen? No, Nightmare got stolen.
Nightmare got stolen, which is not a bad initiation spell. Between Nightmare and Lift, that's a lot of lockdown.
Here comes Yamate, though. Queen of Pain, level 10 as well. He's got so much burst damage potential. Can he line up the Sonic Wave? He will try and gets hit by it, and the Blade Fury finishes off the kill. Juggernaut don't get entangled on the tower. Mag Skewer, Shockwave, Ice goes down.
I mean, right now Zenith is doing 1-for-1 trades, and with IG being down, they're very happy to trade these 1-for-1s. In fact, they're trading 1-for-1 with a more mobile lineup with a Tinker. Tinker could get farmed a lot easier after these ganks compared to Zenith, and I'm not sure whether IG is... They're okay with this.
And they're trading 1-for-1s, and it's never really key heroes. Sure, Juggernaut is one of their sort of 3 core heroes, but I feel like he's very expendable at this point. He's a hero who can do a lot with just phase and a drums, which we'll see him getting. He's got his phase boots, he's going to be close to that drum of endurance, and he doesn't need a whole lot of farm to have an impact on the game. Whereas some of these IG heroes, Lone Druid, I mean, Batrider is a hero. Batrider especially, I feel, needs a Blink Dagger before he can do anything. He's going to be very irrelevant unless he can get a Blink Dagger up in the next sort of 4 or 5 minutes, I feel.
Same thing with Magnus. I feel like he's very under farm as well.
Yeah.
Arcane Boots just picked up by now. This is a 13-minute Arcane. We see Arcane blink by now on a very, very well-played mid-Magnus. So those 1-for-1 trades, yeah, they favor IG. Not only is Zenith not really taking advantage of their early advantage by taking towers, they're throwing a game advantage by going for these trades. And, IG's right back in this.
Yeah, IG back in this game, and it's going to help them if they can buy some time for these Blink Daggers to come up, and that's really the big problem. Sure, they got all these considered OP heroes, but they're OP heroes who need to have that a decent early start, or at least get some items up, and IG have got themselves a slightly greedy lineup as a result, something which Zenith are doing their best to punish with the early game aggression of Lifestealer, Juggernaut, and now we're seeing Queen of Pain get involved, and Queen of Pain with an Orchid is going to be looking for solo kills all around the map, and even not solo kills, even just going with his team and having some key silencers on heroes like Mag and Tinker. Especially Mag, I feel, that's going to be the main target for these Orchids coming out. It's going to be very problematic for IG.
I mean, at worst, it's like a mini Dagon, right? If you nuke enough damage, it's going to give you that Dagon effect. Did the math, if you do 800 damage, it's a Dagon 1. So, and there's a ton of damage output from Queen of Pain alone. So a couple more right clicks on top of that, well, there's your Dagon level 1.
Well, is anything going to go for another smoke? 3-man smoke, 2 tiers TP top. They're going to be looking for Zhou here.
Oh, YY from the mid lane, though, is going to receive the silence as well as an Omni Slash. There's the 800 damage. Here's the Dagon effect. They get the kill. Chuan TP's in.
Top lane, though. Zhou gets brought down top lane. Meanwhile, mid lane, it's going to be Ice on the run now. He's got a Blade Fury up. He can Blade Fury and spin away if he wants to, but Lasu goes through that, so that's going to be a problem for him. Sonic Wave, that gets dodged by Faith. Nice bit of play there, but Ice. Too mobile.
Yeah, too mobile indeed. I think he was reserving the Blade Fury just in the case of a Flame Break that may be flying ahead of him, so he'd be using it to dodge that. But in any case, nothing really happened aside from a Queen of Pain going on cooldown, which is a pretty big deal. That thing has one of the longer ultimates, and when you're going for an Orchid build, you kind of need every bit of damage that you could get your hands on.
Why we have TPs right into a race up. Miracle is going to drop the RP, catches out 2 here, but he's taking so much damage, he gets brought down. Lifestealer is still alive and kicking, and well, this is looking really bad for IG. Ferrari's TP and gets completely punished. Juggernaut picks up that kill, and Zenith suddenly going to get a T2 tower. 4 kills unanswered in a row. This is a great victory. They're going to be pulling away by quite a bit here. Wow, huge jump in the gold. About a 8K gold lead. And IG, this is, I mean, the no-ban strategy from the Master Troll, from Ice. It's paying off.
I'm not really sure if that's oh well. You could call it a strategy, but I feel like the draft hasn't really affected how the game's been playing. I just felt like the rotation were a lot more clean. The trades were a little bit of hiccup, but getting a couple kills as well as getting that tier 2 tower up top, very key. Miracle on the run, and that bear will just not give any entangle.
Well, the infest range helps him out escape a little bit further, and that's going to get him out of there. Ice may actually look to re-engage. He has got Blade Through. He hasn't got Omni Slash. He's going to go in here. Life Stealer still inside, not coming out just yet. Now he comes out. He goes on to Faith here, and unfortunately, Lassu's already been used, so there's one kill. Moves on to Chuan now. Chuan taking a lot of damage. The armlet up on Miracle, giving him the extra damage. Ice. Entangled up, unfortunately, and Miracle, well, he's going to be careful because he's low on mana. He needs to pop that magic wand soon to give him maybe some mana for another rage. He does rage out of there. Can he escape? Skew onto the high ground. Bane gets brought down. Miracle on the run now. Armlet toggling, trying his best to stay alive. Are there any entangles? Looks like the lone druid not in range to attack with his Spirit Bear.
Well, you said 4 kills, an answer. They get a couple back, and again, on a very, very key hero. Or maybe not so much. Like you said, Juggernaut somewhat expendable at this point here. Drums is finished.
You don't want to be TPing in bottom lane.
Well, he got that tower denied, so that's not that bad. So, meanwhile, Tinker is still farming away. It's almost up to his Blink Dagger, and once you get that Blink, he's starting to become a big menace. Especially the way that this Radiant team is playing. They're kind of... They chase a long time, and having a very mobile Tinker that could layer multiple marches, as well as giving a blind here and there, could be a pretty big deal against Lifestealer, Juggernaut, perhaps even Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I think that re-engagement at top lane was just a bit unnecessary from Zenith, considering how well they've been doing recently. They gave away a couple unnecessary kills, but they're still pulling away. We're going to see Miracle with what looks to be a Sanjin Yasha coming up soon, so he goes for more mobility himself. Ice starting to build towards a Yasha, who's going to phase Drums as well as Yasha. It's all about mobility and movement speed, and that's what you need on these melee heroes. You've got Queen of Pain, who's going to be very mobile as well. 1800 gold on Queen of Pain, and I imagine maybe we see a BKB build, although there's still quite a lot that goes through BKB with a Lasso, as well as the Entangles, as well as a Mag up beat, so maybe even skip the BKB this game if you're Queen of Pain.
Maybe Scythe, straight up.
Yeah.
Maybe even Lincoln Sphere if you're really expecting the Lasso.
I think actually an Aghanim Scepter would be great here.
Sure, I think so as well. Just having a very up-tempo kind of play. Oh, Omni Slash gets dodged. Ice not been too impressive with this Omni, but
yeah.
I mean, if you want to look at another way, it cleared the creep wave, I guess.
Well, it's going to help him push. He takes a lot of damage to the tower. Luckily for him, there is a healing wall there. Bane caught in no man's land, brought down, and, well, that's not going to be good for Bane. Healing wall gets dropped as well. Zenith do some damage to their tier 2. Purge actually finishes off the Batrider. It looks like Zenith's Ice will pay for this with his licensing. A lot of damage. Tinker TPing onto the Spirit Bear. Rocket, Laser, Dead Shadow Demon.
I mean, again, Zenith, they have these kind of advantage, but they just make a couple of questionable plays here and there, and they suddenly throw away that advantage. Queen of Pain is on the run, and it's IG that's back in domination, and they're doing this with very underfarmed Magnus. He hasn't dropped a single good RP. The only one was on the Bane, and it didn't do too much. They're doing it with underfarmed Chuan, as well as the Batrider has, in my opinion, done nothing at this point.
Blink into an RP. Yamate thought the RP was on cooldown, but he blinked in looking for a kill on Chuan, and that was very costly. Very problematic for Zenith. As now they're going to lose a tier 1 tower, it looks like. TP's coming in, though. They're going to look to fight
and
this
a buyback. Wow. Well, they want to get a kill on YYF, and I think they might be able to get this, especially with Yamate coming back. There's Invest, and let's see how much more can they get. Here comes Ice. He does not have the Omni Slash. He pops the drum. Faith coming out of nowhere. Pops off a couple of napalms, and that's it. A buyback for a single kill on YYF. I can't say that was worth it. No,
buyback, lots of TPs. Zenith bring their own total. They do keep their tier 1 mid tower alive, but it just doesn't seem like it was a good trade for them. They lost Queen of Pain to begin with in a very unnecessary way, and well, IG suddenly finding themselves in a really good position, and it's come back of just punishing Zenith for mistakes, and they're doing it, like you say, with very few items. Underfarm Mag, and talking about underfarm, Lone Druid has just Phase Boots, a Glove of Haste, and an Orb of Venom on his Spirit Bear. He's very underfarmed himself. Zenith will get an uncontested tier 2 at mid, but they're still ahead, Zenith, but it just doesn't feel like as convincing as last game when IG were ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they got a tier 2 because there's no RP backup, so good job by Zenith for taking advantage of that. They need to get those free pickings, basically, more and more. Get off a tower kill or 2, get off a hero kill or 2, take control of the enemy jungle. That's what IG did a very good job of in game number 1. Get a gem, make sure there's no map control up on IG, and then farm the enemy jungle. But IG says, we're not going to take the beating lying down. This game is still up in the airs for grabs, so we're going to do a big smoke gank, bait our Tinker on the bot lane, and go for some big kills, and perhaps even a tower, tier 1 tower, if they do get this kill.
Well, Zenith looks like they're expecting it. Miracle, the only one not here, but he's rushing to the secret shop, it looks like, to buy a TP. They do get scouted out. Chuan looking to go in. He's stolen Rage. If this will actually help keep him alive in this fight. Can they bring down Freedom? Lasso gonna help out Ice. This time, the Omni Slash does pay off. They bring down Max, and we're not going to see an RP in this fight. He's trying to bring down Faith as well. Faith just so poor, so underfarmed. And Bane now, Fiend's Grip on the Zhou. Can he do enough damage over on the sidelines? It looks like Tinker got brought down. Immediate buyback. Zhou trying to TP his way out of here. Not enough damage to bring him down. Chuan.
Meanwhile, Chuan
my
gonna
gosh.
get picked up
This
as
is
well.
risky.
Tinker being bought back. He comes back,
Ballsy
gets
play.
a free kill. Yeah, really ballsy play. And he's still within the trees here with the Blink Dagger. Well, it's... At least he got a kill or two. It's not that bad of an engagement, although, I mean, they lost quite a bit of heroes. They lost a bit of gold as well, but critically, Zoe and Tinker alive at the end of that fight. And Maelstrom was up in that team fight, so it was able to do a ton of damage output. And more importantly, it bought themselves a ton of time because the fight was engaged on the bot lane by the tier 1 tower. Zoe at least have a minute or two of free farm, and I think that's the time they really need to get some item on Zoe.
Yeah, he's got his Maelstrom up. We'll probably even maybe see the cost-efficient armlet coming out on his Spirit Bear, just going for... or either that or we see something like an straight Assault Crest. But right now, IG, I feel like they're doing okay, but they're still in quite a bit of trouble here. Tinker had to buy back for that fight to go alright. Faith on this Batrider is one of the most poor Batrider I've ever seen at 22 minutes. He's got Trinkle Boots, 2 branches, and 400 gold. He is really struggling this game.
Well, YYF is going to pick up his Blink Dagger in just a bit, so I want to see him go into the Ancients or go into Neutrals and basically farm till he has one, because once he has it, his ganks as well as his contribution to the team is going to be a lot higher. But maybe he won't have the time to do it. Here comes the tier 2, at least a little bit of pressure on the bot tower.
Yeah, and this is what Zenith have done a really good job with this game. They have this item advantage. They have been throwing away a kill here or there unnecessarily, but you look at these towers taken. They've taken 5 towers and have protected every single tower on their side of the map, and that's given them this strong gold lead. They're up by almost 10k gold, and as a result, it's going to be really hard for IG to take some of these fights, just purely based on items.
Well, speaking of items, Lifestealers, Armlet, SMY, FaZe, and Basher. That's a lot of frontline DPS, as well as a couple of lockdown spells with Open Wounds and Bash. So it's going to be somewhat difficult for even the Lone Druid to hang on the front line. Lone Druid is going to add that Armlet to his Maelstrom build on the bear, so a ton of DPS output for him as well. Well, I feel like if this game goes later, I think IG is going to have the better lead. I think maybe a little bit too early to talk about late game heroes, but I just envision this game going late. And Spirit Bear pushing up front and whole bunch of Marcher Machine preventing anybody from even coming near against a Spirit Bear. It's very, very far from that stage, but that's the end game that IG is looking for.
Yeah, I think the end game for IG looks good. The problem is, I feel like the way they envisioned this game going was completely different. Oh my gosh. Ice. Omni-slash kill finds Faith once again. Oh, he cancels it. I looked away at the wrong time. He will get off the Blade Fury, so that's going to block a lot of the RP damage, and he's still going to survive this, so I think that's actually... He's okay with that.
That's a pricey RP. They could actually just push for a Rax at this point.
He's going on Joe. Basher secures the kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Queen of Pain took out the Tinker solo kill. And
that could be the game.
Chuan gets out just in time.
That could be the game.
It's Roshan, it looks like.
If Zenith just straight up go for the Rax right now, they could maybe get it.
Well, I guess they can. No
There's
RP,
no RP.
No Tinker, no Lone Druid. So yeah, and the 3 heroes alive, Batrider, Mag, and Rubik. Well, 2 very underfarmed heroes, and it's a Mag with no RP. But I think the lanes as well as the Zenith heroes, because Zenith had 2 top, 1 bottom, and 2 mid. They just weren't in a position to group up as 5 and push. It would have taken them too long. Maybe they could be there now, but it would be sort of 15-20 seconds for IG. I think at most they get a tier 3 tower. They're going to go for Roshan instead, which is slow, but they can get this.
Ice, and X-Freedom ping the hell out of his team. Get here. We need as much damage as possible. Finish this Roche, because anytime they waste on this tier 2 tower, or this Roshan means that they can't have... I thought they could have got the Roche and then also took the tier 2 tower, but Miracle was finishing a creep wave up top. Whatever he was doing, he was not helping out the Roshan attempt. And I felt like this Roche attempt took way too long.
It wasn't the most efficient Roshan attempt, but Zenith, they're still finding more farm. Like you mentioned, he finished off a creep wave. Well, guess what? That means Lifestealer now up to 1,500 gold. And we're just going to see Zenith all around get a lot of item progression. Mantis Style coming up soon on Juggernaut. Looks like he has got himself an ultimate orb. He's looking for Tink here in the trees. Can he find him? More rockets coming out. Blink, TP. He will get out of there. And Ice, taking a lot of March to the machine damage.
Oh, Ice.
Yeah. Don't worry, man. That SC2 at APM. Select would be proud.
That SC2 APM almost got him killed. I don't know about that. He's going to pop that healing word a little bit prematurely to heal himself back up. And tier 2 push coming in. I don't think IG could defend this. I think IG better off to trade a tier 1 tower for this.
Yeah, they've got only Chuan at mid lane, so they're not really trading there. Maybe top lane we see Zhou go for a bit of a trade-off here. He is building that armor on his Spirit Bear, but the tier 2 at bottom already down, so if Zenith want, they can defend it, and they're going to do just that. Yamate is top. Could go for a kill here, but nope. Lone Druid's out of there.
Tinker almost got killed by Omnislash, trying to TP out in front of the vision of the Juggernaut. Juggernaut Omnislash does have a mini bash on the first hit, so was able to cancel his TP if he got it off. In any case, so again, I like the fact that Zenith is holding on to tier 1 towers. They're paying the mid lane, looking to defend that as well. No avenue here for IG to come back. IG is down 6 to tower and the Roshan and 10,000 gold. Can they make this comeback?
Well, it's going to be really difficult. I think it's a similar story to last game. Last game we talked about Zenith being behind and say, well, they've got to hope for this, this, and that, and a lot of it came down to they had to hope for IG to make mistakes. And I think that's the same thing here. IG are going to have to hope for some Zenith mistakes. Even as well as IG can play this, it's just not going to be enough unless Zenith makes some mistakes. Their lineup, you mentioned how scary it can be having a lone druid push layered with Tinker Martin machines, but at no point in this game have IG been in a position where they can push down towers. They haven't taken a single tower yet. This T1 mid even getting defended by Ice. Their whole strategy and lineup isn't coming to fruition because of the lead that Zenith have.
One man RP.
Well,
Ice.
For a gem.
Get out of here.
Oh my gosh. Basher's coming out from Miracle. He takes down Tinker for it, so it's not even worth it in the end. Although they do take the gem, it was very costly to do so.
Yeah, gem is actually pretty big because they're going to get some
Yeah.
key D wards off here if he will ever walk into that lane and see that ward. I know he's checking for a couple, but yeah, I love the fact that they're not afraid to use those one-man RP, but at the same time, that one-man RP is now preventing them from making this defense on the mid lane. If really Radiant wants to go for a big push, they don't have to RP for a long time.
Yeah, and they're going to go right in here. Miracle, you need to pop the rage, hit the tower for 3-4 seconds, then back off. That's how the slow siege works. It's something which IG have sort of mastered with the Lifestealer. We'll see him heal himself up a bit, and they've got to go soon because Tinker is back in 15 seconds. Mag RP is still on cooldown for a good minute or so, and it looks like Zenith are looking for these openings to go in.
By the way, Tinker going for a Dagon. I love this particular build. Trying to take advantage of the squishy backline. He's got to basically play perfect. I think Scythe of Vice is a better item, obviously, but it's just going to be coming in a much too late time. The Bear trying to run forward. They do kill the healing ward. And Miracle, if he gets rooted, oh, he's so lucky. It's going to be fine. He backs out. And that should be the push here with Martial Machine coming as a backup and no healing ward. And I think IG bought themselves a little bit of time. Now, I want to say, let's see how good is Zenith at starving IG. We saw IG do this about 5 or 6 minutes last game. And basically, Zenith at that game got no farm. Can IG get similar amount of farm here?
Zenith's individual play and laning and just team fights have been great. We're actually going to see, oh, Yamate almost catches out Ferraro here. Unfortunately, he has no vision. He does him with a scream, but the big difference you can see between these two teams comes when they're looking to slow siege. Zenith a bit more inexperienced when it comes to sort of slow sieging that top lane. Just little things like Lifestealer not using the rage. If that's IG, they pop the rage, they hit the tower for 3-4 seconds, they back off. Even Juggernaut takes a lot of damage there, and they just don't really do a whole lot in that top lane. So Zenith, despite how well they played, this is going to be sort of a slow and steady win. We saw last game it took IG a while to win, but they never really looked like they had any doubts about winning. This game, Zenith, though, they're going to have to be careful about how they play this.
Yep. Queen of Pain is going to be going for the Scythe of Vice, about 600 or 700 gold from finishing that one. Tinker going to be slowly upgrading that Dagon. Dagon, for those of you guys don't know, really one of the most underrated item on Tinker. Being able to repeatedly fire off your Dagon number 5, that is 800 damage nuke on top of your laser and rocket. You could pop off supports, even semi-carries, very easily. And because of the long range of that casting of Dagon number 5, you generally can even pick off unwary heroes like Queen of Pain and whatnot.
Blink RP, more solo RPs. This is IG's plan to get back in the game. Solo RPs all day long, but are they even going to kill Ice? Just.
Barely.
And there's going to be a counter gank. Here comes Miracle. Buyback, they want to take this fight. Chuan going to rage and TP out. Zhou, though, he's an important one. They do not want to lose Zhou here, but the Bashers comes. Here comes a Fiend's Grip as well. Tinker's going to just TP out of there. They're going to cut their losses in. 1-for-1 trade, although they do also force out a buyback with that. So it's costly for IG, but I think they're just okay with that trade.
I think Radiant's very happy with that trade, especially with no buyback coming out here from Zhou. 55 seconds, that should be enough time for them to make that push. X-Freedom not in position just yet. He's laying a very kind of an awkward position for a ward at this point of the game. But Zenith says, alright, this is our opportunity to get rid of that frontline tank of the Spirit Bear. Tinker gotta set up marches. He's doing so, but that march is not even going to be too impressive because of the healing ward. They don't have the bear to actually kill that healing ward. Infest bomb, ready to go. Yeah,
there's going to be a blink in. There's your infested life, so he's going to go straight onto the Mac. Omnislash, this time it's perfect from Ice side. Not going to find a second target. Queen of Pain did bring down Batrun. They're going to get to work on the tier 3 tower. Blade Fury escape. Buyback from the mag, and here we go. Miracle once again goes into the front lanes. He's got Abyssal Blade this time. Omni Slash stolen by Chuan. He does almost bring down the Queen of Pain. Not quite, though. And Miracle finishes them off. What a play coming out from Zenith here with this siege.
There's going to be a glyph here where Yamate blinks back in. He gets Aegon. He's got the Aegis, so no big deal. Marching Machine, he's actually just buying time for his team right now. That tower is dead, but here comes the big bad bear. He's back. He got to go into human form. Blink up here from Ferrari. Not going to make that kill. And that's it. I think the push is health off. Ice. No, Ice, excuse me, is going to be fine. Cypher Fight is finished on Quap. Is he going to go back and look for more trouble? I don't think this is the time to do that, but all in all, it looked really bad from IG. They were able to defend this, but like I said, if you're using buyback to defend, you're holding to your Raxus, but you're not winning the game right now. You're just kind of not losing it.
Yeah, you're not losing it, but you're falling further behind with all the buybacks being used. Zenith also picking up kills as well on top of that. Queen up, they lost an Aegis. They lost, I think, did they even lose a single hero the entire fight? I don't think anyone died on the Zenith side.
I don't think so either. I think they just lost the Aegis and that's it.
Yeah, so for Zenith, that's a great fight for them. They got three or four kills. Buyback got used by Mag, and, well, they lose an Aegis for it, which they're going to be perfectly okay with. That's what they've got the Aegis for. Sure, these Raxes are going to be standing for another 5-10 minutes or whatever it may be, but Zenith are happy to just buy themselves some time. They now have the Scythe of Vice on Queen of Pain. They're getting more items on Miracle. He's got Abyssal Blade and now 2.5k gold. He's been farming so well, and he's had a huge impact on this game.
Finally, we see a 32-minute Blink Dagger on Batrider. And the Magnus buyback, not exactly the worst deal ever, considering the fact that, hey, I mean, it's a Magnus. At this point, he doesn't need too much item, and whatever item he gets at this point is not going to be too impactful, unless it's a Refresher Orb, which he's very far off of. So I'm not sure the double Blink pickup is going to be enough. Now with the Blink Dagger on Batrider, there's less pressure for YYF to initiate with the RP, which is something they have to stop doing, in my opinion, because you have an exposed rack at this point. You have to reserve that RP.
Yeah, you've got to save it for sort of halfway through the fight, because you're not going to hit big 4 or 5 man RP with that. And top lane, oh, Zhou, he's caught out again. He got a tower out of this, but Miracle is there, brings him down with some help from some bashes. And, well, IG have got themselves some tier 1 towers in the last 5 minutes, but really that gold is pretty small. It's helped Faith get his Blink Dagger up. Well, the first tower did. He had it before that second one goes down. But right now, IG are in all sorts of trouble. Lone Druid, once again on the sidelines, does have a buyback. Can resummon his bear, but he does not want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, IG's shown that they can't play from behind as well as that they generally play when they're ahead. Zoe making some uncharacteristic mistakes, seeing the entire team missing off the map. You gotta respect the Blink and Quap. Now who has a double damage rune, looking to actually do some big damage, looking at top lane. And every time he's dead like this, that's an invitation to come push your base. Spirit Bear is a big part of that defense because that's how they kill that healing ward. Marching Machine by itself won't do it.
Well, and they're going to get to work on these Raxes here. Miracle can just pop the Rage and go in. You're going to see a buyback coming out from the Lone Druid. He's got to use this. There's no glyph here, so Miracle can just get Raxes. There's going to be a list 2 on him. He hasn't popped the Rage, though. Big RP. That's the perfect initiation you can hope for. The 2 supports don't get caught, but they've got all the key heroes here. Miracle, though, he's just too tanky. He's got too much of an item advantage. Omni Slash coming through. Ghost Scepter from Chuan keeps himself alive, but here we go. Blink, Scream, Sonic Wave. Yamate finishes off Rubik, and now Mag with no RP. Nothing left in the tank. Queen of Pain with a double kill, and IG, they team fought almost perfectly there, but it's just not enough. They're too far behind, and we're seeing it here. GG call from Faith.
Big play here from Zenith. Looked a little bit awkward during that mid game, but the 2 pick off here against Zoe and the repeated RP, the 1-man RP that wasn't able to get that kill. How many 1-man RP that we've seen was not able to pick off a hero? I think there was one on Juggernaut in their own jungle. There was one on X Freedom in the enemy jungle. And they're very costly spells when you don't get those kills. So IG drops game number 1 to a 0 ban. Ice. Not sure if that ultimately had the big impact, but that's definitely part of the storyline of this particular game.
Look, it doesn't directly have an impact on the game, but if you look at the fact, it influenced IG's draft. Very rarely will IG get all these heroes. They're probably thinking, oh man, these heroes are all top picks, but look at this draft of theirs. Batrider, Lone Druid, Mag, Rubik, like all these heroes they've grabbed, but it's obviously a draft that you don't often get to practice, because not often will you get all these heroes given to you, and IG, well, they get punished in some ways by a very aggressive Zenith draft. The first pick lifesteal to me is the key thing here, something which I imagine we'll see banned out by Zenith, because I don't think they had first pick in the last game, and it's a hero which IG run flawlessly, and Zenith have shown they can run it flawlessly as well here.
Well, IG as well as Zenith still both alive. The winner of the next game will be directly qualified to the LAN final. And how much a shocker, at least for the Chinese, if Zenith is a team to topple IG and qualify. We'll have to wait and see. Don't go anywhere. The action is just heating up. Will IG just win and go to game 3 and just clean up? Or will Ice and do a no-ban strat and take their team to the Chinese LAN final? We'll have to wait and see. Beyond the Summit is coming back really, really soon.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm Gods and he's Luminous. You can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/BTSGods, twitter.com/LuminousInverse, and be sure to click that little follow button under the stream to follow the Beyond the Summit stream, know when we go live. And the big news is here, if Zenith win this, then we have the 2 teams winning Group A and Group B are both from Southeast Asia in a Chinese tournament. That to me would just be a huge, huge upset. All right. Anyways, guys, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back soon with game number 3 that decided to see who wins Group B.